But there's a big difference between the kind of countervailing coalitions that are being formed now and what we saw during the Cold War, where there were two very distinct blocks, the NATO bloc and the Eastern bloc, and the difference was that there was very little economic interdependency. Now, whether it is an Australia or a Japan or an India, vis-a-vis China, there's a huge amount of economic interdependency. So how does that then shape the countervailing coalitions which are being formed to militarily defend the national sovereignty of each of these countries?
Well, the Cold War is, in fact, not a good analogy for what's happening in Asia because of the fact that, again, Asian powers, having lived through the Cold War, and many Asian nations, such as India, having experienced colonialism, do not want to live in a world where it's us versus them, where they have to choose sides. Because, of course, many people in India alive today remember colonialism, remember the Cold War, remember either non-alignment or being a subject, a colonial subject. So today what's different is that all countries, big or small, are practicing what I call multi-alignment. They want to have good relations with the United States, with Russia, with Europe, with China, with Japan, with as many powers as possible. They want to have the economic complementarity still with China, but also manage the territorial relations and geopolitical tensions with China, because of course, China is everyone's neighbor here in Asia. So yes, balancing that is trickier, you might say, than the all or nothing, us or them proposition of the Cold War. However, there's no doubt that having a strategy of multi-alignment is actually the pathway to resilience. It is the way in which countries that are too dependent on China reach out and create those new relationships in terms of whom they sell their commodities to, who they partner with to procure and to produce sensitive technologies and medical equipment and so forth. And that's why the D10 effort that the UK has been talking about, and the expansion of the G7 to the G11 or 10 or 11 as the US administration has proposed, these are all examples of this multi-alignment, new coalitions for different purposes. It could be for technology like 5G or medical equipment. It could be military for patrolling the Indo-Pacific waters. And it could be for infrastructure. Think of all of the initiatives that are now competing with Belt and Road that did not exist, Rahul, even 3 years ago. Europe has the Asia Connectivity Initiative. America has the Blue Dot Network. Japan and India have talked about connectivity corridors. Everyone now has their own version of Belt and Road in order to compete with Belt and Road. So we're creating a marketplace diplomatically, strategically, economically, commercially, and that's a good thing. It gives all of the countries of Asia and beyond a choice as to who they do business with. And if they do less with China, then that might be better for them in the long term. But they have the rest of the world.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kanwal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.